The journey from average to fortune begins with the courage to choose more for yourself. Commit to yourself. Put in the work, and success will no longer be a dream. It will be your reality. Success doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you make the choice to rise above the ordinary. You're capable of more than you think. Right now, you may feel like you're stuck in a routine, caught in a cycle of average, but let me tell you, there's so much more waiting for you. The only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is a choice. It's the choice to push harder, to commit fully to your growth, and to stop letting fear, doubt, or procrastination control your life. Today, I'm going to show you the exact steps you need to take to break free from mediocrity and build the life of success and fortune you've always wanted. It's not about luck, it's about deliberate action and mindset shifts. If you're ready to step up, to stop making excuses, and to start taking control of your future, then this is the moment for you. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Commit fully to becoming someone you deeply admire. Becoming the person you admire most requires a level of commitment that surpasses any temporary desire, any fleeting obstacle. It demands a shift in mindset, a deeper understanding of who you want to be, and a willingness to do what it takes to become that person. So many people fail to reach their full potential because they never truly commit. They try things half-heartedly, dabble in self-improvement, but they never go all in. Commitment is not about dipping your toes in the water. It's about diving in, no matter how deep or challenging the waters may seem. Ask yourself right now, who do you admire most? What qualities do they possess that make them so impactful? What does their life look like? What can you learn from them? This is not a question of comparison or jealousy. It's a question of direction. The person you admire is not a distant star you can never reach. They are simply a reflection of the habits, decisions, and mindset that have shaped their life. Now think about what it would take to embody those same traits. What would it take for you to not just admire that person, but to become the person you dream of? The person who inspires others, the person who leads with strength and wisdom, the person who's unstoppable because they've learned to align their actions with their values and vision. That person is within your reach, but only if you commit. Commitment is a force that can transform your life. It's easy to start something new when it's exciting, when the momentum is fresh, but the real test comes when the excitement fades. The real test comes when you're faced with a choice, whether to keep going or to walk away. And that's where true commitment kicks in. It's in those moments when things aren't easy, when progress feels slow, that you show your true dedication. To commit fully means there is no plan B, no backup option, no exit strategy. The path you choose becomes the path you will follow, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it becomes. When you commit fully, you give yourself no room to retreat. You leave no space for excuses, no place for self-doubt to creep in. Your commitment becomes your anchor, your driving force. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the world tries to pull you in different directions. You might be asking, how do I fully commit? The first step is deciding what you want, not what other people think you should want, not what seems easy or convenient, but what truly speaks to your heart. The person you admire didn't get there by following someone else's path. They built their own. They made decisions that aligned with their vision of who they were becoming, and they stuck with it. They showed up every single day, regardless of the challenges or distractions that came their way. The second step is being honest about what it's going to take. True commitment is not based on fantasies. It's based on reality. And the reality is that achieving greatness requires effort, sacrifice, and sometimes even discomfort. It's not all sunshine and smooth sailing. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to hit roadblocks. And you're going to feel like quitting at times. But when you commit, quitting is no longer an option. Your focus shifts from how hard the journey is to how important the destination is. As you commit, start aligning your actions with your vision. You can't expect to live the life of someone you admire if your daily actions don't reflect that vision. If you admire someone who's disciplined but you consistently procrastinate, that's not alignment. If you admire someone who's healthy but you keep neglecting your health, that's not alignment. Full commitment means taking intentional action every single day that brings you closer to the person you want to be. It means asking yourself each morning, what can I do today to step closer to becoming the person I admire? And then doing it. no excuses. The process of becoming the person you admire doesn't happen overnight. It's built over time, piece by piece. You'll have to keep showing up, even when progress seems slow. Keep putting in the work when results aren't immediately visible. True commitment is being consistent, even in the face of setbacks. It's about trusting the process, even when you can't yet see the fruits of your labor. Over time, these small efforts accumulate, and you'll start to notice real changes within yourself. You must also understand that growth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes the hardest part of your journey will be facing parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. There may be things you need to let go of. Old habits, toxic relationships, self-limiting beliefs that no longer serve the person you want to become. True commitment requires self-awareness. It's not just about working hard. It's about working smart and being willing to evolve. If you want to become someone you admire, you have to be open to continuous growth. There's always more to learn, more to improve upon, more ways to grow. But here's the beautiful thing about commitment. When you stay true to it, you begin to build a sense of confidence that becomes unstoppable. You start seeing your own progress, and with that progress comes pride. Not in an arrogant way, but in a deep sense of self-respect. When you commit fully, you prove to yourself that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. That's the power of commitment. It builds your self-esteem and empowers you to tackle bigger goals and challenges. Along the way, you'll inspire others. When you are fully committed to your own personal growth, it shines through everything you do. You don't need to say much. Your actions will speak for you. People will see your dedication. They'll see how committed you are to your vision, and it will inspire them to commit to their own growth. It creates a ripple effect. Your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself can spark a fire in others to do the same. Remember, the path to greatness isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about commitment to the journey, even when the results aren't immediate. It's about continuously improving, never settling for less than your best. When you commit fully, you stop looking for shortcuts. You stop looking for easy ways out. You start making the sacrifices necessary to achieve your dreams. But this level of commitment doesn't just happen by chance. It happens when you make the conscious choice to dedicate yourself to the vision you have for your life. You've got to want it bad enough to give everything you have, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, and even when the results aren't visible right away. So commit to becoming the person you admire. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hoping for things to change on their own. Take action. Every day, every step, every decision. That person you admire isn't out of reach. They are waiting for you to become them. But you've got to commit fully. No halfway. No second guessing. Full commitment is where the magic happens. And once you make that choice, you'll start to realize that you don't have to chase success. It will start chasing you. Number 2. Wake up early and master your personal daily system. To wake up early and master your personal daily system is a game changer. It's not just about getting up early. It's about setting yourself up for success every single day. The morning hours are your opportunity to shape your mindset, plan your actions, and set the tone for everything that comes afterward. You're laying the foundation for the day ahead, and what you do in those first few hours can have a profound impact on your entire life. Why is waking up early so important? Because the world is quieter, less chaotic, and your mind is fresher. When you rise early, you have a distinct advantage. While others are still sleeping, you are moving forward, taking action. This early start can be your secret weapon in gaining more focus, productivity, and control over your life. When you wake up earlier, you are carving out time for yourself before life demands its attention from you. This time is sacred, and it can be the most important part of your day. The first step in mastering your personal daily system is to commit to waking up early every day. It's easy to hit the snooze button and fall back into comfort, but it takes discipline and determination to get up and start your day early. Think about how you feel when you sleep in too late. You feel rushed. You feel disorganized. You feel like the day is already slipping through your fingers. But when you wake up early, you take control. You feel empowered. You feel like you've already won a battle before the day has even begun. You're ahead of the game, and that sense of accomplishment carries you throughout the day. Mastering your personal daily system begins with structure. You need to design a routine that works for you and sets the stage for success. But more importantly, you need to stick to it. Consistency is key. The most successful people are not just lucky. They have a system in place that works for them, and they follow it consistently. This system is like a blueprint that guides you every day. It's your roadmap. Without it, you're just wandering, reacting to whatever comes your way. With it, you're intentional. You have direction. You know what needs to be done, and you do it. To create your personal daily system, start by identifying the most important activities in your life. These activities should align with your goals and values. For example, if health is a priority for you, your morning might start with exercise. If learning is a priority, you might begin your day with reading or studying. Your personal system will look different from someone else's, and that's okay. The key is to make sure that every element of your morning routine contributes to your growth and success. Another crucial part of this system is time management. You've heard the saying, time is money, and it's true. Time is your most valuable resource. If you waste it, you lose it forever. The early hours of the day are perfect for creating a plan, mapping out what needs to get done, and making sure that your priorities are in place. It's not just about filling up your day with tasks. It's about using your time intentionally. Look at your goals, decide what actions will move you forward, and schedule them into your morning routine. By doing so, you're making the most of your time and setting the stage for a productive day. The first few hours of your day should also be focused on your mindset. This is the time to set your intentions, clear your mind, and focus on the positive. Your thoughts will shape your day, so it's critical to start the day with clarity and positivity. Take a few moments for yourself to meditate, visualize your goals, or practice gratitude. This morning mindset routine can completely transform the way you approach the rest of your day. When you start with a clear, positive mindset, you're more likely to stay focused, stay motivated, and stay on track. But don't make the mistake of thinking that waking up early and having a morning routine will magically solve all your problems. It's not enough to just wake up early. You must also follow through with what you've planned. This is where discipline and consistency come in. Once you've created your system, you must adhere to it, day in and day out. It's not always easy. There will be days when you feel tired, when you want to take shortcuts, when you'd rather stay in bed. But on those days, you need to remember why you started. You need to remind yourself that your success is built on the small, consistent actions you take every day. One powerful way to ensure that you stay on track is by tracking your progress. Measure how well you're sticking to your routine. Are you waking up early consistently? Are you completing your tasks as planned? How is your mindset shifting over time? Tracking these aspects of your daily system will help you stay accountable to yourself. It will also allow you to make adjustments if something isn't working. Maybe you need to wake up 15 minutes earlier to get more done, or maybe you need to change your morning activities to better align with your goals. Tracking your progress gives you the insight you need to improve continuously. As you start to build momentum with your early morning routine, you'll notice a shift in your mindset and energy. You'll become more focused and disciplined. You'll start to see the fruits of your efforts. That feeling of accomplishment, when you've completed your morning routine, will give you the confidence to tackle whatever challenges come your way throughout the rest of the day. You'll have already taken control of the most important part of your day, and you'll feel ready to handle anything. One key element of your personal daily system is the idea of reviewing your goals every morning. Take a few minutes to reflect on what you're working toward. Revisit your bigger goals and remind yourself of your why. This simple act of reviewing your goals can give you the motivation you need to push through tough moments. It helps you stay aligned with your vision and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. Your personal daily system should also include moments of self-care. Waking up early isn't just about productivity. It's about making sure that you're giving yourself the tools you need to perform at your highest level. This might mean eating a healthy breakfast, getting some exercise, or just taking a few minutes to clear your mind. Remember that self-care is not selfish. It's necessary for long-term success. Waking up early and mastering your personal daily system is about taking ownership of your life. It's about setting yourself up for success every single day, no matter what happens. It's about committing to the process and being disciplined enough to follow through, even when it's tough. As you continue to wake up early and follow your routine, you'll start to see real progress. You'll build momentum, confidence, and success. The early hours of the day are the foundation for everything else that follows. When you wake up early and master your personal system, you take control of your life. You stop waiting for opportunities to come to you, and you start creating them yourself. The first step in mastering your life is mastering your morning. When you do that, you'll be amazed at how much you can achieve. You'll see your potential in new ways, and you'll realize that the best time to start is now. So wake up early, commit to your daily system, and watch your life transform. Number 3, study successful people and copy what actually works. When you want to reach a level of success that most people only dream of, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. The path to success has already been laid out by countless others who have come before you. What you need to do is study successful people and copy what actually works. Successful people didn't get to where they are by chance or luck. They followed systems, habits, and principles that consistently brought them closer to their goals. And by studying those systems, you can replicate their success in your own life. The first thing you need to understand is that success leaves clues. Whether it's in business, personal development, or any other area of life, there are patterns that emerge from successful people. When you study them, you'll begin to see these patterns. You'll start noticing the strategies, decisions, and behaviors that have made them successful. The beauty of this is that success doesn't require you to be exceptional right away. What it requires is consistency, discipline, and the willingness to adopt proven methods. Start by identifying the people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Look at individuals who are successful in the area you're interested in, whether that's building a business, improving your health, mastering a skill, or achieving financial freedom. These individuals are living proof that what they're doing works. Don't just admire them from afar. Don't just look at their accomplishments and think, wow, I wish I could do that. Instead, take the time to break down what they're doing differently. Ask yourself, what habits, routines, or actions have they mastered that you can also adopt? The most successful people didn't make it by following random paths. They followed specific, disciplined actions that aligned with their goals. One of the first steps to take is to read about these people. Books, interviews, podcasts, whatever it takes, immerse yourself in their world. Successful individuals often share their journeys, challenges, and the decisions they made along the way. Through these stories, you will uncover invaluable lessons. You'll learn what worked for them, what didn't, and why certain actions led to their success. As you read and learn more about successful people, you'll start to notice a recurring theme. They all have a strong sense of purpose and direction. They know what they want and why they want it. This clarity of purpose drives them to take consistent action even when things get tough. If you want to emulate their success, you need to develop the same level of clarity. Understand your why. Once you know why you're pursuing your goals, you'll have the inner drive to push through challenges, stay focused, and keep moving forward. However, studying successful people isn't just about learning their stories, it's about adopting their mindset. Successful people think differently. They think big and they think strategically. They don't get bogged down by small setbacks or distractions. Instead, they focus on long-term growth and success. To copy what actually works, you need to adopt this mindset. When faced with challenges, don't see them as roadblocks. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace failure as part of the process. Every successful person has faced failure. What set them apart is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel to keep moving forward. Another key aspect of studying successful people is observing their time management. Successful individuals are masters of time. They don't waste it. They prioritize what matters most and eliminate distractions. You need to start managing your time like they do. Focus on high-value activities that align with your goals. It's easy to get caught up in tasks that don't move the needle forward, but successful people know how to avoid this trap. They understand that their time is their most valuable resource, and they treat it as such. Time blocking, setting priorities, and avoiding procrastination are all tactics that you'll see successful people using. If you want to copy what works, start by being intentional with your time. But success isn't just about what you do. It's also about who you surround yourself with. Successful people are very deliberate about the people they spend their time with. They surround themselves with other high achievers, people who inspire them, challenge them, and hold them accountable. If you want to emulate their success, you need to evaluate the people in your life. Are they pushing you toward your goals or holding you back? Are they encouraging your growth or fostering complacency? By surrounding yourself with positive influences, you create an environment where success becomes inevitable. Another critical aspect of success that you must study is the discipline to stay consistent. Successful people don't rely on motivation alone. They've developed the discipline to show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is built on the foundation of small daily actions that compound over time. If you want to copy what works, you must cultivate this same level of discipline. Whether you feel like it or not, keep showing up, keep doing the work. The results will come with consistency. One of the best ways to adopt the strategies of successful people is to model their habits. Habits are the cornerstone of success. Success doesn't happen because of a few lucky breaks. It happens because of consistent productive habits. From waking up early to maintaining focus throughout the day, successful people have developed habits that move them closer to their goals. Study their habits closely. How do they start their day? What do they do when they face challenges? What daily rituals do they follow that help them stay focused and productive? Then begin to incorporate these habits into your own life. The more you do this, the more you'll start to see the same results they've achieved. But be warned, it's not always going to be easy. There will be moments when you feel like you're not making progress. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when it feels like the effort you're putting in isn't yielding immediate results. But this is where the power of persistence comes in. Successful people didn't quit when things got tough. They didn't let temporary setbacks stop them from moving forward. Instead, they doubled down on their efforts, adjusted their strategies, and kept moving forward. When studying successful people, remember that they didn't succeed overnight. It took years of hard work, discipline, and consistency. One final point to consider is that success is a process, not an event. As you study successful people and copy what works, keep in mind that it's not just about replicating their actions. It's about learning from their journey and applying those lessons to your own life. You don't need to follow their exact path. You need to take the principles and strategies that worked for them and adapt them to fit your unique situation. Success is personal. It's not one size fits all, but the core principles of success, dedication, discipline, mindset, and consistent action are universal. When you study successful people and copy what actually works, you're tapping into a blueprint for success. It's not about copying every detail of their life. It's about learning from their mistakes, successes, and habits, and applying those lessons to your own journey. By doing so, you'll accelerate your progress and start achieving the success you've always dreamed of. Remember, success is not reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone who is willing to study, learn, and take action. It's up to you to put in the work and create the success you desire.
Number 4. Work harder than you ever thought was possible. To reach the heights of success, to build the life you dream of, you must be willing to work harder than you ever thought was possible. Success is not a gift handed to you on a silver platter. It is earned through relentless effort, determination, and the willingness to push yourself beyond your limits. Every successful person you admire didn't just rely on talent or luck. They put in the work, and you must be willing to do the same. The idea of working harder may sound daunting, but it's important to understand that this kind of work doesn't mean working just for the sake of staying busy. It means working with purpose, focus, and intensity. It means doing what others aren't willing to do, going the extra mile when others stop. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will reward you for putting in the effort. This is the hard truth about success. It's earned through sweat, time, and dedication. It all starts with your mindset. You must first commit to the idea that you are willing to work as hard as it takes to reach your goals. This isn't just about physical effort. It's about mental and emotional endurance too. There will be days when you feel like you can't keep going. Days when everything seems like an uphill battle, but this is where the real growth happens. It's when you push through these moments that you separate yourself from those who settle for mediocrity. The first step is to redefine what hard work means to you. It's not about putting in hours for the sake of filling time. It's about pushing yourself to the limit and going beyond what feels comfortable. It's about consistently showing up and doing your best, day in and day out. It means embracing discomfort and uncertainty. When you work harder than you thought possible, you're stretching your capabilities, developing new skills, and learning things you never thought you could. Many people believe that hard work is a short sprint, but it's not. Hard work is a long, sustained effort. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The key is consistency. The successful people you look up to didn't achieve their results in a few intense bursts of effort. They achieved them through months, years, and sometimes decades of consistent, focused action. It's about building habits that compound over time, consistently doing the right things, even when it seems like there is no immediate payoff. What separates the successful from the average is not intelligence or raw talent. It's the ability to work hard over a long period of time. Many people start strong but burn out quickly. They're motivated at first, but their drive fades when the work gets difficult. You must be willing to endure. You must be willing to put in the hours when everyone else has given up. The most successful people didn't achieve greatness by resting when the going got tough. They pushed through the hard times. They continued to work harder than anyone else, and that commitment paid off. Working harder than you ever thought was possible also requires a certain level of sacrifice. There's no getting around it. Success demands sacrifices. You may have to give up short-term pleasures for long-term gains. You may have to say no to social events, late nights out, or distractions that don't align with your goals. But every sacrifice you make today will pay dividends tomorrow. The successful person is willing to make those sacrifices, to put in the time and effort when others are choosing convenience and comfort. The reality is that success doesn't come to those who are comfortable. It comes to those who are willing to give up what feels good now for what will pay off later. Hard work also means being willing to learn from every experience. It's about going the extra mile, not just in the tasks you perform but in your growth. When you work harder than you thought was possible, you'll make mistakes, you'll fail. But that's part of the process. You must learn from every failure, every misstep, and use it to fuel your growth. Hard work means embracing your failures as learning opportunities. If you look at failure as an obstacle, you'll never move forward. But if you see it as feedback, you'll be able to adjust and come back stronger. Being willing to work harder than you ever thought was possible also means being self-disciplined. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to take the easy route. But the truly successful people don't give in to distractions. They have the self-discipline to stay on course, to keep their focus sharp, and to keep pushing forward even when motivation fades. Success isn't about feeling motivated every day. It's about showing up and doing the work whether you feel like it or not. You need the discipline to keep going, to keep working hard, and to keep giving your best effort each and every day. Part of working harder than you ever thought was possible is learning to prioritize your time. Successful people don't waste time. They know that every moment is an opportunity to make progress toward their goals. You need to take a hard look at how you spend your time. Are you using it wisely? Are you focusing on the activities that will bring you closer to your goals? Or are you letting distractions take over? The people who achieve great things don't waste time on unimportant tasks. They know how to focus on what matters and make every minute count. When you decide to work harder than you ever thought was possible, you also need to prepare for burnout. Yes, working hard is essential, but working too hard without taking care of yourself can lead to exhaustion. It's about finding the right balance. Working hard means knowing when to push yourself and when to rest and recharge. Burnout is real, and it's something you need to guard against. Make sure you're building in time for recovery, for reflection, and for doing things that rejuvenate you. The most successful people know how to balance hard work with self-care. Finally, when you commit to working harder than you ever thought was possible, you'll discover the power of persistence. Hard work alone is not enough. It's the persistence to keep going when things aren't easy, when success seems distant, and when you want to quit. Persistence is the ability to keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how long the journey takes. When you work harder than you thought possible, you tap into a well of strength and resilience you didn't know you had. Working harder than you ever thought was possible means doing the work that others won't do. It's about being willing to outwork everyone around you, to do the extra tasks, to go the extra mile, and to give your best effort every day. It's about showing up consistently, embracing failure as part of the process, and maintaining the discipline to stay on course. When you commit to working harder than you thought was possible, you're not just working toward your goals, you're becoming the kind of person who achieves them. You're becoming someone who rises above the ordinary,
Yes.
Someone who doesn't stop at the first sign of struggle, someone who knows that success is earned through relentless effort. So, get ready to push yourself. Get ready to work harder than you ever thought was possible. And when you do, you'll find that the rewards are far greater than you ever imagined.
Number 5. Destroy every habit that keeps you small forever. These are the habits that prevent you from growing, from achieving the success you want, and from becoming the person you're capable of being. Habits are powerful. They shape your daily routine, dictate your thoughts and actions, and ultimately determine the direction of your life. Some of the habits you have may be holding you back from the greatness you deserve, and it's time to make a conscious decision to destroy those habits for good. The first step in destroying these habits is identifying them. Look at your daily actions, the things you do automatically, without thinking. What are the things you do that contribute to mediocrity, that leave you feeling stuck or dissatisfied? These habits can show up in different forms: procrastination, poor time management, fear of failure, or negative self-talk. They can even be the habit of staying in your comfort zone, avoiding discomfort because it's easier than pushing through the challenge. Whatever they are, these habits must be identified so you can address them head-on. Procrastination is one of the most common habits that keep people small. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow or next week. You push tasks aside because they seem too difficult or overwhelming, but this is a dangerous cycle. Procrastination feeds into your fear of failure and reinforces the belief that you're not capable of success. It keeps you from taking action, and without action, there can be no progress. Destroying this habit means taking immediate action, even if it's small. It's about breaking the cycle of delay and making progress every single day. When you stop procrastinating, you start taking control of your destiny. Another habit that keeps you small is poor time management. If you waste time on trivial things, spend hours on social media, or constantly find yourself distracted, you're robbing yourself of the time you need to grow and achieve your goals. Successful people value their time above all else. They understand that time is their most precious resource. Every moment spent not working toward your goals is a moment you'll never get back. If you want to destroy the habit of poor time management, you need to start respecting your time. Prioritize tasks that move you forward, eliminate distractions, and learn to say no to anything that doesn't contribute to your success. When you take control of your time, you take control of your future. Another habit that keeps people small is fear. Fear is a natural part of life. It's a feeling that everyone experiences, but it's what you do with that fear that matters. If you allow fear to dictate your actions, it will keep you from taking risks, trying new things, and stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear tells you that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you'll fail. But let me tell you this: failure is part of the process. Every successful person has experienced failure. It's the fear of failure that keeps you from taking action and trying again. To destroy the habit of fear, you must push through it. You must act despite it. Fear is only powerful if you let it control you. When you face it head-on and take bold action anyway, you destroy the habit of fear and begin to move forward with confidence. Negative self-talk is another habit that keeps you small. How many times do you catch yourself thinking or saying, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed," or "I don't deserve this"? These thoughts are poisonous. They limit your potential and keep you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. The more you listen to these thoughts, the more they become your reality. To destroy this habit, you must replace those negative thoughts with positive, empowering ones. Start believing in your ability to succeed. Remind yourself that you are capable, that you have the power to change your circumstances, and that you deserve success. The way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on your life. When you begin to speak with confidence, you'll begin to act with confidence. Another habit that keeps you small is your attachment to comfort. Many people avoid change because it's uncomfortable. They stick to what they know, even if it's not serving them, because stepping into the unknown feels risky. But here's the thing: growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. If you're not willing to feel uncomfortable, you'll never reach your potential.
The moment you destroy the habit of seeking comfort is the moment you open yourself to endless possibilities. Embrace discomfort. Take on challenges that stretch you, push you, and force you to grow. The more you lean into discomfort, the stronger you'll become. The comfort zone is a trap, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll break free. Another common habit that keeps people small is being reactive rather than proactive. Many people wait for life to happen to them, reacting to circumstances instead of taking charge. They let life dictate their path, rather than intentionally creating the life they want. If you want to destroy this habit, you must take control of your actions. Stop letting external factors control your life. Instead, start planning, setting goals, and taking action. Be proactive in your decisions. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. Create those conditions by taking action today. A big one that often gets overlooked is the habit of settling for less than what you deserve. Whether it's in relationships, career, or personal growth, many people accept mediocrity because they don't believe they deserve more. They stay in situations that don't fulfill them, accepting less than they are capable of achieving. Destroying this habit means recognizing your worth. It means setting higher standards for yourself and your life. Never settle for less than what you are capable of. You are worthy of greatness, and it's time to stop accepting anything less than that. Lastly, the habit of avoiding responsibility keeps you small. It's easy to blame others, your circumstances, or even luck when things don't go your way. But this mindset holds you back. When you take responsibility for your life, for your actions, and for your results, you regain control. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your future. Destroying this habit means taking ownership of every aspect of your life. Own your mistakes, own your successes, and take full responsibility for your journey. Destroying these habits is not easy. It requires commitment, effort, and a willingness to change. But the rewards are far greater than you can imagine. Once you eliminate the habits that keep you small, you will start to see massive shifts in your life. You will begin to feel empowered, motivated, and driven to achieve your goals. You will no longer be limited by self-doubt, fear, or complacency. Instead, you will be focused, determined, and unstoppable. The key to success lies in your habits. If you want to change your life, you must first change your habits. Destroy the ones that are holding you back, and replace them with new, empowering habits that support your growth and success. When you do, you will unlock the potential within you, and you will start to see the results you've always dreamed of.